really profound. So I read an article in the paper today, and what it was just a news flash. What the title of it was blew my mind. Well, the title was so when I saw the title, and I'm going to read the title to you. Well, it's not exactly what I just entitled this one. It's close. Well, it would basically said that the title headline read, quote unquote, deletions occurring in region 22Q 11.2 on the 22nd chromosome. Are causing rippling effects across the entire genome. So when I read that title or the headline, the term in the part of the headline that actually said, quote unquote, causing rippling effects across the entire genome, I thought that was genius, because I didn't even read the article yet. I only read the headline, and I already knew what it had already revealed. So whoever named the title headline had interpreted the term into the headline itself, causing a rippling effect across the entire genome. Well, of course, you'd have to know what the entire genome meant. Also, the rippling effect and how important a rippling effect is. If chromosome number 22 of 23 chromosomes of 23 pairs we have, 23rd's not paired. Well, understand the 22nd chromosomes that they're talking about. They said when there's a certain region on chromosome number 22 being deleted, or if it disappears for some reason, no one even knows why. Well, they were saying researchers have tried to investigate the contributing factors to why a deletion occurring on a chromosome. Like, we don't know why a deletion occurs on the chromosome. In a region it does. All that means is that there's a place on the chromosome, like at the halfway point or up at the 3/4. There's some exact spot on the chromosome that disappears. Oh my God, that chromosome, it used to be 10 inches long. It's like 2 inches of it just disappeared. That's called deletion, which means there's no explanation that, well, there is. That's a profound nature. What I want to reveal to you today is so profound that it's unlikely you're going to be able to grab a hold of what I'm saying, because if you're a professional geneticist or researcher of genetics, you still won't be able to understand what I'm going to tell you, because geneticists are quite dumb to the truth, and that researchers they're not even geneticists. Genetic researchers are researchers. They're people that aren't even actual geneticists yet. They're doing what's called research, where they earn their degrees, and or if they're actual researchers that already have earned their degrees, well, they're not going to call them researchers that failed to find answers. They're going to call them geneticists that, well, they didn't fail to find anything. A geneticist doesn't fail to find an answer, or that there are no associated factors contributing to the reasons for why a region on chromosome number 22 that disappears and causes a whole series of genetic disorders as a result, whereas it was not related at all. That region was not related to those disorders whatsoever. Well, the researchers failed to find any associated relations to the region deleted and the diseases created as a result of the deletion of the region, meaning that region got deleted. It disappeared, man. We know that. But then all these flare-ups of certain disorders like schizophrenia, autism, epilepsy, those are a few that I'm talking about to speak of, that are actually the actual diseases that are associated with that region, and they're not associated with that region. So what researchers said was, chromosome number 22 is associated with specific disorders and diseases, genetic in nature. And what does that mean? That means that they're programmed, that those genetic, if they're called genetic diseases, they're actually they're not like regular diseases. See, a regular disease is caused by a virus that infects and does what it wants and gets in and invades. But genetic disorders are not from bacteria or viruses that get into you and invade you. They're from computer programs that trigger off an event called start the program, begin. So, like, for instance, like a genetic disorder or a genetic disease is actually not like a virus that suddenly invades you and gets into you, and now it's in. So now it could do whatever it's doing. Viral replication is caused from a virus that wasn't there last week and got into your body and is now in you this week. But that's what a virus is doing. But wait, what's a genetic disease? It's not like at all like a virus or like a disease like that's not genetic. A genetic disease is a program, an instruction for a carrying out of a specific set of protein synthesis and instructions to occur. Protein synthesis is where there's a flesh or something is being created that's flesh in nature. Like if you have a spine and protein synthesis creates the fetus and it's flesh. So when your brain's being developed and your body and all your organs, when your fetus is being developed, it's called it's undergoing protein synthesis. That's how That's how your body comes into existence from nowhere. You weren't there a minute ago, but protein synthesis made the brain, made your bones, and it knew the difference between your legs and your arms. The protein synthesis is carrying out a set of instructions to create what they call proteins that are caused and created as every organ and what makes you up in your body. It's everything, your bones, your flesh, your muscles, all the parts of your body are all proteins that are created from protein synthesis during your fetal development, during like a 5-week process. Now, those are all, well, what's important to know is that all genetic disorders and diseases are not occurring or existing after conception, which means genetic disorders is not something that suddenly come into the world or suddenly show up at your house or suddenly are at your door and knock on your door. Genetic diseases don't come to you and get into you. Genetic diseases are already into you even before you were born, and even before conception, you already had all genetic diseases. But you might not get any of them, because understand, a genetic disorder is not a virus or a bacterium. It is a computer program stored in nuclear DNA that exists in your cellular structure and cells in your body. Your nuclear DNA, which supposedly has no real purpose except they say it stores information. So what's the purpose of nuclear DNA? Well, that's an interesting to note. They say it stores information and that we all have nuclear DNA, and they don't point out that nuclear DNA comes from dad, and mom has a version of nuclear DNA that comes from mom, that comes from dad that gave it to mom. That's a father that gives his nuclear DNA to his daughter. Well, she has that nuclear DNA, but now it's a version of nuclear DNA that's not the father's. It's nuclear DNA comes from a mother or a daughter. And then we'll say, wait a minute, you mean there's 2 kinds of nuclear DNA? Well, they don't even tell you that in the genetics. So understand what I want to point out to you today is that there's so many factors, and I'm going to point out 2 factors that the researchers missed. I'm going to point out to you that the title of the article was enough to impress me, because when I read the title of the articles and the term has caused rippling effects across the entire genome, I loved it. I said, whoever made that title to the story, I haven't even read the story yet, whoever made the title of the story is a genius. They already knew the entire everything. They knew the answers. They told us. They said, whoa, you mean, because the first thing I did when I read the headline, what you mean if chromosome 22 has a deletion event in an area that's considered to be what, region 22Q 11.2. That's the name of it, actually. I'm thinking QQ, wait, say that again. 22Q space 11 point, decimal point 2. That's the name of the region. It's right a little bit more than halfway at the 51 mark. It's not exactly in the middle. It's a little bit to the right. So it's just over the middle, a little bit more. The first half, a little more than the first half, and then so the second half is a little less than a half, and the first half is a little more than. So the exact region where the deletion occurs is called 2Q space 11.2. And I'm thinking that is a great name, because when I'm actually reading about the region, well, I'm looking at the name of the region. Oh, that tells me everything. And I thought whoever named the region is a genius. So there's 2 things I noticed about the whole story before I even read it. There were 2 key factors that answered that told me the whole story. I didn't have to read it. By reading the headline of the story and then reading the name of the region, 22Q space 11.2, that was information enough to tell me a lot of things about the story I didn't even read yet. And in fact, but more than just a lot of things, because it was the answers to the whole entire story were in the title and the name of the region. Whoever named that region 22Q space 11.2 knew exactly the truth. But the story is an article about researchers who failed to find any truth. And the conclusion of those researchers was there's no contributing factors related to a disappearance of a region called 22Q 11.2 in the 22nd chromosome that happens to be related to whatsoever, or a relating factor whatsoever, or in relation to whatsoever, to the fact that region has nothing to do with those disorders that are utterly created or affected or flare up. What they're saying is, wait a minute, man, you mean when this region, which has clearly nothing to do with these diseases or disorders, is deleted, that suddenly all these diseases and disorders that are clearly unrelated to it are suddenly going to flare up? Yeah, that's exactly what the researchers are trying to research. Why is this region that has nothing to do with these diseases or disorders, and we can clearly see there's no relation to it whatsoever, Why are these related? Don't tell me if there's no relation to it, then how's there a relation to it? Well, they're saying there's not. I'm saying, wait a minute. Are you saying you have observed that when region 22q11.2 on chromosome 22 disappears, or it goes through an event called deletion, you're saying that you are aware that there's no contributing factor to the fact that those diseases that flare up in people, that those genetic disorders that suddenly come to be, that you're saying that we're researchers, we can clearly see there's no relation or even a contributing factor for why that region's disappearance causes anything to those diseases suddenly becoming apparent or flaring up or getting worse or suddenly becoming into existence. They say we can clearly tell you, we're, as researchers that supposedly know, this is the article that was ridiculous and funny and entertaining, because it made me it blew my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. So we've got researchers here that are saying, we researched this very carefully. Well, they didn't say that. That's exactly what they want you to think, that they call themselves researchers. And what are they saying? They said that we found no contributing factors for a relationship, or even that you can relate the region or the event of deletion that happens on chromosome number 22 has anything to do with the fact that genetic disorders that flare up or suddenly get worse or come into being, that it has anything to do with the deletion itself or that region, because we can clearly tell you there's no relation to that region in those diseases, and there's no actual factor that indicates to us that there's any relation or factor that's a reason for it. So in fact, we're saying there are no factors associated with a contributing reason for those diseases to be at all coming in for any reason that deletion event occurs. So wait a minute, you're researchers and you're stating that. Yeah, they're stating that what they've discovered is there is no defined link between diseases that flare up for an unknown reason. And they said, well, of course, we all know that diseases flare up for an unknown reason, right? Well, the researchers trying to find out what was the link between whenever there's a deletion event on chromosome number 22 in a specific region that has nothing to do with these diseases, causes them to somehow appear to be flaring up or suddenly becoming into being. They're saying it's impossible. Well, they didn't say that. That's what they're not saying. What I'm saying is, when you read the article, the crazy thing is that when I read the headline, the exact part of the term or the title of the headline, which read, causes a rippling effect across the entire genome. Well, I happen to understand what a genome is first. I understand if you read that, if you read the headline and it says, and you read causes a rippling effect across the entire genome, are you going to tell yourself, I don't even know what a genome is? How can I even think I understand what that headline means? And if I read this article, what's the difference between a gene or a genome to me? I'd say, you're pretty smart. You know how to ask the right questions. You couldn't possibly understand this story, even if you read it carefully, because having caused a rippling effect across the entire genome, what does that mean? Well, it does mean something profound, but it's more than that. It's genius, because whoever entitled the story, what they entitled it to be, where they use the term causes a rippling effect across the entire genome, was a genius, because what they wanted to do is say, look, man, I don't know if those researchers are smart or stupid or dumb either, but you know what? You're going to probably think so. And ultimately, they didn't say that to me at all. What I did was I observed that, my God, wait a minute, whoa, whoever made the title of the story that I haven't even read yet is clearly trying to tell whoever is privy to the interpretation of what it means to, quote unquote, state causes a rippling effect across the entire genome. Well, if they're stating that, do you understand what that means? It's profound. They're saying that when there's a deletion event occurring on chromosome, specifically 22 of the 22nd chromosome, in a region that has no relation to any genetic disorder or disease, the disappearance of that region on chromosome number 22 supposedly appears to cause maybe a complete list of genetic disorders and diseases to show up or suddenly come into view, which have nothing to do with that region, nor even the chromosome itself, perhaps only the chromosome, but especially not in that region anywhere. So they're saying there's no reason that it makes any sense that the region 22q11.2 on chromosome number 22, and its event that it disappears into thin air, there is absolutely no linkable evidence that suggests that because it was deleted or it disappeared suddenly, that because, yeah, it's a coincidence that 100 genetic disorders just popped out, because we can clearly tell you that the region is unassociated, unrelated to any such genetic disorders, and not at all to be factors in any indication to be identified as contributing factors to those genetic disorders. In fact, they're so unrelated and and not factors. Wait a minute, but you didn't say any of that, did you? No, they didn't. That's a crazy thing. If they were trying to tell me, like convict me of the truth, that's how they'd say it. But what did they say then? They said, we cannot find any contributing factors for why the region on chrome number 22 that has nothing to do with these genetic disorders or diseases, and yet chromosome 22 does have something to do with it. But the part that disappears on 22, well, that's the exact part that has nothing to do with those chromosomes. So there's a profound observation to be known. Well, first of all, if you don't know that to cause a rippling effect across the entire genome, well, if you understand what that really means, well, whoever's saying that you're saying, I want to clap. Boy, that was genius. That was said so well. What do you mean? You mean you like my title, like causes a rippling effect across the entire genome? I'm saying you're a genius. You can clearly understand this article and you didn't even read it yet, did you? You just probably said, let me name the article, and I don't even know what it is, because you probably understood exactly what the researchers were failing to do or find or discover, right? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's what I think, but I had to read the article, and I did. And I understand that when I read the article and I realized the name of the region, whoever named it also understood. So there's two things I understood by the fact I didn't even read the article yet. All I read was the title of the article, and I read the part where the rippling effect that occurs across the entire genome is only chromosome number 22, and only a part of it that's called, when it gets deleted, it affects the entire genome. What does that mean? That's saying, like, if you kill me, the whole world's going to die tomorrow. Okay, wait a minute. Or how about like saying like, okay, let's say if I get pissed off, your mama's going to kill you. That doesn't make any sense, man. If you get pissed off at me, my mama's going to kill you. If I get mad at you, your sister's going to punch you in the face. I guarantee it. Well, you must be crazy, man. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, if you piss me off, your daddy's going to hit you with a hammer, I promise, in the garage. Okay, but you're trying to claim that? I'm saying clearly the truth is, when it causes a rippling effect across the entire genome, well, don't think my emotions won't cause a rippling effect across the entire genome. Well, that means everybody will be mad because I'm mad, and they'll be mad. They won't even need to ask why I'm mad. They'll say, well, if we got a problem, does he have a problem, or what's his problem? We don't even need to know. I'll tell you what, if I want to accuse you of something, I'm going to say, well, somebody's causing me to feel this way. Well, it's not me. I don't cause a rippling effect across the entire genome. I wish I did, because I don't. That's why I'm disappointed. I'm thinking, damn, if I could cause a rippling effect across the entire genome in this world, that would mean like everybody would say, like, whenever Dennis gets mad, we all are going to get mad. And I'd say, well, I'd like that idea, that I could influence the entire world. That they'd all want to say, like, well, Dennis, you better treat Dennis right, because maybe if you don't treat him right, then you're going to make us mad. And I'd say, now that causes a rippling effect across the entire spiritual genome of man. So what does that mean when you say that? What you're saying is, by taking something out of chromosome number 22, by deleting, and a deletion event means removing it utterly. Like if I stole your money out of your wallet, that you would have a deletion event occurring. It's the same thing as saying, if your wallet has a deletion event and all your cash disappears out of your wallet because I come over here and rob your ass and take it, well, if I think it's funny to say, well, the deletion event that occurs will be, I robbed your ass, but I'll come over and say, don't worry, I don't rob you. You just had a deletion event. And you could say, that's not even funny. What are you trying to take my money out of my wallet? I said, I swear, if I did, it's called a deletion event. And you had to get robbed, man, because deletion events happen. Well, it would just be me justifying I could take your money, but it would be worse than that. I'd want to think it's funny and then convince you should think it's humorous too, that I can take your money. And if I do, I'm going to say, don't think I just robbed you. I'm going to say that you just had a deletion event. That's all. It wasn't my fault. The money disappeared not because of me, but because the deletion event happened, and it's unrelated to the fact that I might have robbed you, because there is no link to the fact that I took the money out of the wallet, but you didn't see me. So if I don't even say that, how are you going to even know that there's any link or anything's linked to the effect? There's a rippling effect though, right? No, there's not. So understand this. It's funny because whoever named the article understood perfectly that by saying, by in the title saying, if you don't even understand the story or why the researchers failed to link any kind of association between relations existing between diseases, yeah, but they failed utterly. These researchers might have been like Gilligan's Island clowns. Well, if they were considered to be actual researchers that knew a goddamn thing about anything, well, they couldn't have, because researchers don't not find answers. And they're certainly not Gilligan's Island clowns or through the Three Stooges, are they? Well, if these researchers were literally three stooges, and that's literally who these people were, they were like idiots that were like, what are they doing? Why would you let the researchers that are idiots like the Three Stooges like make a report in a profound article? It's entitled some article on chromosome number 22, where this is called science you're reporting as news to the world, and you're saying our researchers that conducted extensive research were the Three Stooges. But they didn't think so, because when they couldn't find the answers, they didn't say we're so stupid. We failed utterly to find a link between why disease happens because of deletion event on chromosome number 22. But whoever entitled this article and used the term causes a rippling effect across the entire genome, well, we knew what that, we read that title and we didn't even see it. We are so dumb that we don't even know what a rippling effect across the entire genome really even means. Maybe we do, but then what does it mean? Well, it's saying that when something disappears, a region of some part of the chromosome number 22 disappears, whoever made that title is just trying to say that it causes the entire 23 pairs of chromosomes that humans have. We have 23 pairs, maybe 22 plus an unpaired, 23rd unpaired. But what they're saying is if we're researchers and we actually have an understanding, what are we missing? We're missing nothing. But wait a minute. Did you read the article entitled Causes a Rippling Effect Across the Entire Genome? Yeah, we did. So what's so special about that? You mean you can't see it? This is what would happen if I talked to one of these researchers, I guarantee you, and I'd accuse him of being an idiot. I'd say, you mean you're allowed to be a researcher? I went to college for 4 years. I studied genetics for 6 years, and you're an idiot, Three Stooges dumbass that can't even understand the simple headline? And they'd say, I don't know what you're talking about, but you don't make any sense, man. And I say, wait a minute, you're saying I don't understand? I'm trying to say you're an idiot, Three Stooge. You're not qualified to be a researcher, but it's worse than that. You mean they're letting people like you into genetics and you're even allowed to think you know? And they're saying we are professional geneticists and researching scientific facts of factors related to contributing evidence that there's a link between a disease's flare-up or coming into an onset of a disease coming into existence and the fact that a deletion event could occur, meaning that when a part of chromosome 22 disappears for no unknown reason, or even if it's known, that the fact that if we can't relate that 18 diseases that got created every time that happens, if we can't relate to you and show you how they're linked, we'll tell you they're not linked. So there's no reason to believe that it's a coincidence. Is that what you're claiming? No, we didn't claim that. We said we cannot find contributing factors to why there's any evidence that there's any relationship or link to the fact that, yeah, it seems like when this region of 22q11.2 on chromosome number 22 is deleted for some reason, and we don't even know why it disappears. All we know is a deletion event is something we describe as we think we know. What do you think you know it is? Well, it's whenever like a part of a chromosome is just disappears. It rots away, or maybe there was a bug that ate it. But when we observe like that chromosome's missing a part today, last night it wasn't missing it. Well, what happened? Well, I don't know, but that chromosome is half as long as it was. Last night it was fully length. That chromosome's missing this morning like 3/4 of itself. It just, where are they? I don't know. I'm looking. There's nowhere to be found. They disappeared, or they rotted away, or oh my God, an alien came in the middle of the night and took some of the chromosome away. So you don't know? No, we do know. We're telling you, chromosome number 2 had a deletion event. It disappeared. Last night, chromosome number 2 was 18 inches long, and this morning, chromosome 2's only got 8 inches. 10 inches of chromosome number 2 disappeared last night. I'll tell you that right now. I know what's going on. Okay, so you think you know? Yeah, I'm reporting to you 10 inches of an 18-inch chromosome number 2. This morning, there's only like 10 inches there. 18 inches were there last night, whatever that means. I'll tell you right now, 8 inches is at least gone. Okay, so you think you know, you discovered something? Well, I just told you what I know. Yeah, it's not discovered. I'm a genius. I'm a geneticist. You mean you're not an idiot? No, what are you talking about? You trying to insult me? I'm trying to tell you, you think your knowledge of the fact that you could point out that chromosome number 22 had, what do you call it? A deletion event, man. Don't you even know what a deletion event is? No, I'm saying you don't know what a deletion event is. You think you do. What is a deletion event? Well, dumb. It's when the chromosomes disappear. Oh, man, that's what we call a deletion event, man. Maybe God or an alien. What happens to the part of the chromosome that sneaks in and cuts a little part of it out with a miniature knife? Oh, you actually believe in that shit? Well, I don't know what happened, man, but I'll tell you. So you're admitting you don't know what happened at all? Well, no, I do know what happened. The freaking part of that chromosome disappeared for some reason in the middle of the night. Oh, how did it disappear? Did someone steal it? Well, I told you, it could have been an alien that came in and snuck in your front door and had a little miniature knife the size of a molecule, and then he could go like this and cut it. Oh, so you're going to entertain the thought that you think you know, but you're a dumb idiot, three stooge, nobody that says you have knowledge. You have no knowledge. You don't even know what a deletion event is, my friend. Well, what do you think you know? Who are you? I'm freaking the one who's telling you. None of you geneticists understand anything. In fact, you researchers are three stooge researchers at best, and you guys shouldn't even be having high school diplomas, let alone be calling me I'm an idiot or I'm insane for even accusing you of not even having a right to be labeled. What the hell is the U.S. government allowing geneticists that aren't even qualified to have high school diplomas, and college degrees, plus be even genetic scientists in the professional scientific community and recognized for what they understand deletions and events to be? Whenever there's like a total disappearance of part of a chromosome in the middle of the night by some alien that came and abducted it, well, we don't know what happened to it. We are clueless, and we have no knowledge of whatever happens to a deletion event. What happens to a piece of a chromosome? Well, we can't find that piece. We don't know what happens to it. We are clueless when we know nothing. Okay, I like you. You're smart. You're probably a smart geneticist. You mean you know that a deletion event is something you have no understanding of whatsoever? Yeah, I don't know what happens to it, man. I literally can't tell you. We try to look for the piece that's missing. It's not there anymore, man. It disappeared in thin air, man. I don't know what happened to it. So you're smart. I like you again. Well, what? You actually understand what a deletion event is. It's something you have no clue about. You don't know how it disappears, do you? That's right. No, I don't. It's called deletion event. That's what I do know. So you do understand what a deletion event is. It's something you have no idea about what happens when a chromosome just magically disappears. It's not there no more. That's your understanding of what happens. And what can you tell me happened? Nothing. Well, I can't tell you. I don't know. You're a smart geneticist. I'm going to hire you to be our college geneticist for the whole country. Really? Yeah, because at least you can understand that you're not, that you think, you know, when you don't really understand what something is. You're not saying a deletion event is easily understood by me. It's whenever, like a part of a chromosome disappears, and I can totally explain it to you. I could say it's gone. It's not there anymore. And I'm saying, no, that's not an explanation for why it disappears. That's just the fact that it's gone. You can only point out the fact that anyone could see that if it's gone, it's not there. And you're going to say, but I'm a genius, and I've been going to school for 9 years, and I'll tell you it's not there. Well, I could say it's not there either, man. What happened to it? It was deleted in the event, man. Are you dumb? No, you're dumb. You're telling me that you know something about that? In the deletion event, what the F happened? Well, I'll tell you, I do know. It disappeared. It went somewhere. And where'd it go? Well, wherever it went, it doesn't really matter. It was deleted. It had a deletion event. So you're a geneticist, should be fired, and it's a Three Stooges should be put on Gilligan's Island. You should be like, did you come from Gilligan's Island? That's the degree I'm going to give you. Did you go to college on Gilligan's Island? Well, that's what I'm saying. So basically, what I'm saying is they wouldn't understand anything about it. So what I want you to know is that if you don't have an understanding of if you're not able to ascertain a knowledge on a higher level than humans, well, then you'll actually say, like, you know what? I don't know if the geneticists are right or the researchers are wrong. So I want you to know that this is where it's sad for you. It's also exciting for me. You see, when I read a story like this, well, I could ask God for information, and he'll tell me a lot of things. And understand, don't think I'm not making that up. I'm definitely not making that up. I'm saying to me, I could ask God, and he might tell me anything, good or bad, or definitely interesting at least. And usually it's precisely what he'll answer the question. What I'm saying is I could ask God, like, hey, God, what the hell's going on with this article here? He says, well, did you notice the part that says causes a rippling effect across the entire genome? And I'm like, yeah, that makes me feel like it's genius. Well, I'm telling you that. Oh, you mean you're telling me that? You mean I'm sitting here reading the article, God, and I'm sitting here saying, oh my gosh, I feel like that's a genius way to headline that. You mean, God, you're telling me that's you telling me, like, look at that. Yeah, he said, I'm pointing that out to you. You're sitting there feeling clever and saying, look, I understand that. What do you understand about it? I'm saying, well, I think profound information is presentable to me before I even read the article. In fact, I didn't read the article for a while because I thought it's clear to know that whoever entitled that gave us the answer we needed to see. So causes a rippling effect across the entire genome. Well, if it's possible that a deletion event that's not even associated with diseases that are now not related and so not contributing factors or can't even be called linked at all to any. Yeah, what I'm saying is what they're saying is they're saying we cannot find a reason why genetic disorders or genetic diseases can be contributing factors or even linked to any deletion event happening. Like if something disappears, diseases are not created because part of a chromosome disappeared. You don't, the creation of an onset of genetic disorders don't happen because some part of a chromosome that's responsible for those diseases disappears. In fact, the chromosome that's responsible for those diseases didn't disappear. And that's how we link the disease to the chromosome. And chromosome number 22 is linked to those diseases, which means the facts here are, we all know, even the dum-dums know, that chromosome number 2 is associated with specifically epilepsy, schizophrenia, to mention a few. It could, I think, type 2 diabetes, and if I'm wrong, I guarantee you epilepsy and schizophrenia are directly associated with chromosome number 22 and those diseases. Meaning, if you're schizophrenic or if you have epilepsy, it is specifically chromosome number 22 and those diseases or disorders, which, well, if you have them, whatever reason you got those things or you have those disorders, will have something to do with chromosome number 22. And also, it'll have something to do with perhaps, maybe not a deletion, because chromosome number 22 is associated and linked to those diseases because it is there. Meaning, if I show you chromosome 22 right now and I say, here it is, you see this? You see chromosome number 22? It's linked to epilepsy, it's linked to schizophrenia. They say it's a contributing factor. Chromosome number 22 is a direct contributing factor to those disorders and diseases. And in fact, the fact that we have chromosome 22 in our body and it's part of our set of chromosomes that make up our chromosomal cellular structure, unfortunately, they're saying that we're only here to tell you that chromosome number 22, well, we all have one, and it's possible that we lost it or it disappeared. So wait a minute, you're saying some people don't even have chromosome 22? It's possible, but it's rare, meaning almost everybody, 99% of people will never not have it. And people always have it. But if 22 is actually not in you, well, that's not normal, and it's not rare. If you don't have chromosome number 22, well, we're going to say that's unheard of. You mean that happens to like 1% of the population. That's a lot of people, actually. So think about 1% of the population. I'm saying that's a million people. 1% of the billion people is millions. So you're saying that, wait a minute, 1% is a lot? It's a whole lot of people. Yeah, millions and millions of people. 1% of the population of the world are multiple millions of people. So you're saying the people? Yeah, but I mean, think about it. That's a lot of people, even though we think that's only 1%. Okay, so anyways, the point I want to point out here is we're actually unaware of completely. Sorry about that. I should move on. I stopped for a second to do this video here because I thought it was quiet, and then I'm not going to even get perturbed or agitated at the fact that somebody showed up like that. It happens like that. Let me tell you something. You know that when I stop to cross the street, whenever I want to get to cross the street, I always have to wait for cars to see if there's any cars coming within miles. Because see, when I cross the street, I want to say, like, I'm not even going to try it if there's a car in the area. Like, if I'm going to cross the street and I agree to even try to do it, I'm going to say, first, are there any cars even near me at all? If there are, I'm not even going to try to do it. I'll never try to cross the street when there's a car in my vicinity or close by, which may be observing me. Why? Because I know a lot of things, and I see a lot of things, and I observe a lot of things about living life and people and circumstances. And so whenever I'm crossing the street, if there's any cars around in the vicinity that can stop for me to let me cross the street, I won't even try it. In fact, I'll refuse to even try to cross. Well, I'll already see them coming. I'll say, don't think you're going to stop and let me cross the street. Because I'll tell you what happens is, every time I've ever tried to cross the street, if there's a car anywhere near me, well, they'll make a big effort to stop their vehicle quickly and right in the middle of the road and let me cross the street. But they'll do this when I don't even need them to stop. In fact, they could have just not even seen me and drove by, and I could have still crossed the street. But the thing is that if they actually observe that I'm about to attempt to try it, well, they won't even be near me. They'll be up the street way down that way, but they'll suddenly stop and be like, wait for me to do it. I'll be like, you don't have to stop for me. You don't have to stop to let me cross the street. Because if you're way down the block that way, well, you're not even here yet. You're on that block down there, and I'm over on this block. And if I'm going to cross the street on this block, and you're not even on this block yet, what are you over there stopped for, looking at me from way over there, saying, I better let him cross the street on that block way down there, because then I can go down on that block. And I'll say, that's not even, doesn't make any sense to me, man. I'd say, wait a minute. You're 100 yards away from me, lady. I'm looking right at you, and I want to cross the street, and you're stopping for me so I can cross the street 100 yards away. Yeah, I'm saying I've seen the phenomenon occur over and over. Occur over and over to the point where today I was at a crosswalk, and I was walking fast to get somewhere, and I was in the motion of walking fast with willful intent to try to get somewhere quick. And well, I just noticed that oh my God, there's a red light here in this crosswalk. I have to stop. So I realized that my willful intent I was about to lose it. Meaning I had a willful purpose to be moving, and I was moving like a soldier, and I had lots of power and energy. And then suddenly I had to stop at a crosswalk, and it was a red light, and there were 5 people surrounding me, and I'm like, damn it. Like my momentum gets shut right down. I have to come to a complete stop. I got 5 people hovering around me like bees. My energy's thinking, wow, I'm threatened now. And I'm not even trying to cross the street yet. I'm at a corner saying, this is a red light. It's counting 14 seconds, 13 seconds. And I'm saying, my God, I have to be stuck here on this corner for 14 more seconds. That's a tragedy, man. There's 12 left. I'm sitting there like, I got 10 or 12 seconds left. I have to stand here before the light I can cross. Are you kidding me? Call an ambulance, man. Call the president on the red phone. You understand? Because I understand what I'm doing. I'm saying I'm not going to be stopped from my willful intent to be moving forward with forward momentum, with a powerful spirit and a powerful nature, with a good feeling in my mind that says, like, I'm really powerful right now. And understand, if you could see what people will attempt to do to thwart me from continuing to feel good about myself, understand what they do at all time. Well, if they're in the whole vicinity, if I'm going to cross the street, I promise you that everyone will try to stop for me, and they'll make a ridiculous, dramatic display to try to let me pass. Like if I try to cross the street, they'll say, "Oh my God, stop for him! Everyone stop!" And I'll say, "But you're still 100 yards away, lady. How could you? I'm surprised you saw that I was even crossing the street from way over here. You're not even on this block. You're still down that block. Are you crazy? How could you be watching me from way over there, and you decide to not even approach this block or even want to drive on it because I'm trying to cross the street on it?" I'm saying I've seen that so many times. What did I observe from it? The researchers have no understanding, and they would not observe anything I ever observed. Do you understand that when I observe this stuff, it makes me strong and feel good about myself? Because I'm the one that they think is, and I'm thinking that makes me mad. You bet. But you don't even do that right. You're not doing that at all, and that's why I get mad about that. I am genuine about that, and I'm saying I'm not going to be anything that is a lie. If you're going to come over here and say, I really want to pretend to be doing something for you, would you like that? What, like you're genuinely my friend? Could you do that for me? Be my friend, and you really are? Well, I know, but what if I just want to come over here and say I got something that you might like? I want to be nice to you and your friend, but I'm lying, and maybe I'll stab your ass in the back tonight. Well, I already could feel that doesn't count for me, because when you come around and be nice to me, I'm going to get a feeling of, like, you just piss me off. Well, man, hey, guy, how you doing, man? Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. No, it's not good to see me. What? Hey, good to see you, bro. No, it's not good at all. And what the hell's wrong with you? Are you all right, brother? I just came to say hi. Good to see you, man. Ain't good to see you. And what the hell's wrong with you? Man, I don't know. I just came over to say good to see you. What, is something wrong? Yeah, you're wrong. What, I just came over to be nice to you and say hi to you and say good to see you, and now you're mad at me? Well, damn, why don't you learn how to act like a human being? What? Now you're accusing me I can't act like a human being? You are making me so mad right now. Get out of here. What are you? You're insane. I'm trying to come over here to be nice to you and be a good person and have a good heart and say, hey, good to see you. And you just jumped at me like that, and you're trying to chop my head up or bite me like a bad snake. Well, damn, you deserve to get bit by a bad snake. Why don't you get the hell out of my face before I go buy a cobra and make them bite you? Damn, you're a freak lunatic, man. I come over and be nice to you, and you just actually get insulted, and you're agitated by me trying to be good. Yeah, I am. And you're not being good. You're an idiot, Three Stooge dumbass who's coming over here and trying to say, hi, nice to see you. And you don't feel like it's nice to see me. In fact, you're feeling pretty upset right now because you're wondering why you're so agitated yourself. And you don't think it's nice to see me. You're not feeling a bit about it. You're saying, I think I should say that to him because it's the proper thing to say. And you're not feeling it's nice to see me. In fact, you don't even want to see me, and it's not nice. You're agitated like I'm agitated. And you don't think it's a great thing to see me, but you came over here and smiled in my face and said, nice to see you. And I felt like, oh my God, I don't think it's nice to see you. I don't feel like that. And neither do you, because I could feel what you were feeling, and I could feel what I was feeling, you dumbass. Oh, you're claiming that? Well, that's why I'm so mad at you and in your face and saying, don't be fooled by your idiot self, your three stooge dumbass. Oh, and now you're talking me down on me like that? I'm saying if I can feel what you're doing and clearly tell you I'm feeling what you're doing and what you're acting like is not what you're feeling, and I'm saying you come over here and act nice to me, and I say I clearly can tell you don't feel nice to me or you don't feel pleased to see me. In fact, you're only saying nice to see you and you're smiling, but you don't feel like smiling. In fact, you're disturbed a little bit, agitated, and wondering why you should have to smile and come over and say hi to me anyways. And I'm saying, then why'd you even do it? But you did do it. You made a point to do it. And now you're coming to my face, smiling to my face, like as if it's a great day and it's good to see me. And but both of us clearly are agitated. I'm not having a good day. Neither are you. And you're actually coming over here to make it a point to say to my face and smile on my face, nice to see you, good to see you. And it just made me even more mad when I felt what you were feeling and said, what the hell aren't you seeing what I'm seeing for? I wasn't sure if it was you weren't feeling it because you're refusing to feel your feelings, but I'm not refusing to feel your feelings. You are. And that makes you a dumbass and not me, because I could tell you that if you refuse to feel your own feelings, you don't even know what you're feeling. Well, I'm telling you, you're feeling agitated right now. You're disturbed and you're in a hurry and you're not even sure why you have to come over and be nice to me and say, nice to see you, but you're going to come do it on purpose and make it a point to do it, thinking it's a proper thing that you need to do, and you're not feeling good at all. Maybe that's why you're doing it. But then why do it? Don't come over here and act like something that you feel nothing like. Because I'm going to say like, well, hey man, if I was just a dumb nobody and you come over here and try to be polite to me and nice to me, and I can clearly see you're as disturbed or worse disturbed than me, and you're not feeling nice and you're not feeling good and it doesn't make you happy to see me. In fact, I think you're at least as disturbed as me, and I'm having a shitty day today. I have not felt one reason to be nice to anybody. I'm not even nice to myself, and I don't want to be nice to you. And I can clearly see that you're pretending to be nice to me. And if it's not pretend, it's at least an act, and it's not even true whatsoever what you're feeling, because you are utterly disturbed right now. I know, man, but oh, wow, you are. Okay, so what if I said, damn, man, fine, you're right. What the hell did I come over here and try to be nice to you for and act like you were some friend of mine, long lost friend of mine? Yeah, I'm not. And you weren't thinking I was. But you came over and acted like I was your long-lost friend, and it just made me mad because you're so dishonest about your human emotional reason to exist and interact with me isn't genuine whatsoever. In fact, your genuinity is about as genuine as, I don't know what, a dog turd? You're about as genuine as a dog turd. Oh, that's a really nice thing to say to me when I'm just trying to be nice. Don't try to be nice or be a dog turd. Try to be a genuine diamond and come over here and say, you know what? I could say it's good to see you right now, but I'm not having a good day, man. But hey, what's up? What's up, man? I'm just, hey, dude, I'm not in a good mood. I gotta go. All right, man. I don't feel good either, man. Yeah, it wasn't really nice to see you either, man. But yeah, get out of here. I'm feeling the same way, man. Okay, now we're getting a little more real. At least we are not gonna be dumb and try to pretend like we can have an interaction where we're just gonna make it all up. It's not even real, and we're gonna relate to each other on levels that we're making it up. And in fact, but how we're relating to each other is a lie. But it's worse than that. It's not just a lie. We're presenting it to each other like as if we should both do it and agree to do it. Hey, man, isn't it right to be nice to people on purpose and genuine with them and nice to them and polite? Well, you mean like what? When your daughter's getting molested by a big Bubba jail guy? Oh, so is it nice to say, but yeah, you're a child molester, but you might be a nice guy? Are you going to tell the child molester just molest your child? You know, just got through with her and had a good time? Are you going to tell that child molester, you know, I could kill you right now, and I'm not going to do it because I'll tell you what, you're probably a nice guy. And I'll tell you what, just because you're a child molester, there's no reason why I should stab you in the throat with this fork in my hand. Because if I did, I'd just be thinking like I should, if I would be that courageous or even give you what you deserve. But maybe I'm a coward, and I don't even have the courage to stick this fork in your neck. Okay, then why don't you come over here and say that, yeah, I may have just molested your daughter, but I might be a good guy, and I could probably, under other circumstances, be your best friend. Yeah, that's probably true. I'll bet you could even probably play chess, don't you? Oh, I'm really good at chess playing if I'm not molesting little girls. Well then, yeah, I probably could play chess with you if I didn't want to stab you in the throat with this fork because you just molested my daughter. But I'm too much a coward to come over here and do it because I don't want to get blood on me, and I'm also afraid to even, what if I get my butt kicked? Or what if you kill me because I tried to kill you? Well, that's pretty smart. At least you know how dumb you are if you're going to come over here and try to tell me you're a child molester and the devil or some crazy lunatic, yeah, that I could be your friend because maybe I play chess too. You're going to come over here and make some reason that we relate to each other, that we could be friends, and you're not going to get mad at me or stab me in the throat like I deserve damn well I deserve you. If you got the courage to stab me in the throat with that fork, you should have done it already. But man, now I know you might try it, so I'm about ready for you. If you did try it, I bet you could do it. So it's too late. You should have come over here and just stuck me in the throat and then been a man and not a coward. You came over here and you tried to tell me maybe we could play chess sometime. And yeah, I could be your friend. And you just completely ignored the fact that I just got done with your daughter and she was pretty good. I know. Yeah, so I'm an idiot. I'm too nice. I'm nobody. I hate myself. What should I do? Kill you with a fork? Well, you should have got a knife. And then you could have killed me because that fork's not going to do nothing except piss me off when you stab me in the throat. It won't even kill me, and it won't even stick in my throat that much. It'll just make me mad enough and adrenaline enough to take it out of my throat and stab you with it, and I'll kill you with it because actually, yeah, you probably couldn't kill me with that fork, but I could definitely kill you with it after you stab me in the throat with it, and that's what I'd do because I'm a bad child molesting fool, idiot, and I wouldn't play chess with you on any day. I'd rather molest your daughter. Oh man, you know what, man? I wouldn't even want to be nice to you and your friend then. Well, then what the hell would you come over here and try to talk about chess and relate something we could be doing together when you're too coward to stab me in the throat with that fork? Because I just did something that offended the hell out of you, and you're supposed to protect your daughter and not try to relate to me as a friend that I could be to you. Oh, great. So you're trying to point out that it's my fault you're a freaking child molester who deserves to die. And I'm a coward now, so I just come over here and feel bad because I'm a coward and I can't kill your ass because you're a child molester and you're probably a good guy that knows chess real much. So yeah, you can molest anybody you want and I should be your friend, but I won't be your friend. I don't even want to play chess with you. Yeah, and you're too coward to stick a fork in my throat, but if you did it, I'll stick it back in your throat and I'll kill you with that fork, I promise, because I'll be definitely mad that you tried to kill me with it. Right, so what am I going to say, that you're a better man than me? Well, if you did, you know I'm not. So then understand. What I'm saying is that, like, yeah, I couldn't stand that idea, you know? I couldn't stand it. All right, so wait a minute. I have to get to a point where I'm going to start this over, and I'm going to try to tell you in the article about all this. See, what happens is I get too excited. So if I'm a Columbo, man, you know, when I watch Columbo, I always think to myself, damn, I could never be smart like him. Like, Columbo's got skill, you know? Columbo could, like, nicely point out how, like, you know, how dumb you are without really insulting you. Or even, like, as if, like, you would even know that he was insulting you, or even accusing you, or about to accuse you, or proving that you're guilty. Well, Columbo had a way to kind of, like, talk to you and be like, hey, friend, like, you know, like, I'm about to, like, point out that you're guilty of every crime and you're going to be exposed. Well, I know, Columbo, but you seem like a good friend of mine coming over here and tell me that. I'm saying, I know, but I'm Columbo, man. I'm going to come over here and talk to you like your friend, and maybe you'll be thinking it's a fun conversation to have with me. And while you're doing it, I'll be exposing your ass on the levels that I'll bring you to a point where I'm saying, now you're in trouble. You just done admitted to every crime in the book, and they're all felonies. And then you'd say, oh, my God, Columbo, you just tricked me into admitting all these crimes I committed. Yeah, I did, but I didn't trick you. You were dumb enough to sit here and talk to me. You could have just left and said no words. Columbo, how'd you do that? You came over to act like my friend, and then and then you just told me, you just said everything, and everyone heard you, and I had it recorded, and here's my little tape recorder. Oh my God, you tricked me into admitting all the stuff I did oh my God, now I'm in trouble. You're in trouble. You're going to jail for life, buddy. Why should I be your friend then, Columbo? You came over here and just fooled me and tricked me into admitting I committed 29 felonies, and they were recording it too. Oh, they were recording it. And you see that camera up on that building? Well, let's zoom in on your ass, and it's got a microphone, even better than you imagine. Okay, great. So you came over with the intention to try to trick me into admitting everything or incriminating myself. Yeah, I did. In fact, I ain't your friend. I don't like you one bit. But I came over here and was willing to pretend I'm your friend so you could like me at least one bit, and then I could make you admit everything I want you to admit. Like what? Well, like when I get done with you in this conversation, you'll be getting arrested by the cops. And you'll be going to prison for life, buddy, my friend. And you did it to me. You tricked me. I had one conversation with Columbo, my friend, who came over and acted like he liked me. And I went to prison for 99 years after that. I am Columbo, and I am a masterful master of men. Yeah, they can appreciate Columbo, right? I always could appreciate Columbo, and I never could be as good as him. I knew that. You know, I'm like, I'll never be a Columbo, man. You know, I would never come over to pretend to be your friend and trick you into, like, admitting your guilt. I would say, if you're guilty, I don't even want to talk to you. And I ain't your friend. And then if someone say, but how could you Columbo then? We need you to go expose that guy and help him expose himself. I don't want to help him expose himself. If he exposes himself, it won't turn me on. I don't want to see part of it. I don't want to talk to him, and I ain't his friend. Well, then how are we going to get him in trouble? Well, I told you I'm not your Columbo, and I'm not going to even help you get him in trouble. I don't like him one bit, and I wouldn't be his friend, and I wouldn't walk up to him and smile in his face because it would piss me off that I had to even do my muscles like that. You mean you won't even act like you like him just so you can kind of, help us? I wouldn't be helping you if I went over there and did anything talking to him. I'd be mad at you for saying, why in the hell am I going? You want me to go over and talk to that son of a bitch? I hate his ass, and I wouldn't have a conversation with him if you paid me $1 million. So you won't help us incriminate or convict him or expose him? No, I will help you do whatever you want, but just don't make me do anything I don't want to do, like be ingenuine or pretending like I like someone when I don't, or even don't make me do any kind of emotional display of a pretense that's not true. If I'm mad at you, don't tell me I have to be happy instead and try it. And if I don't like you, don't say I should smile when I say I don't like you, because I don't feel like smiling when I don't like you and I say it. I want to kick your ass, and I'm not smiling. You understand? Well, I know, then you ain't no Columbo. That's right. I'm Dennis Eggleston. I'm Dennis Eggleston, not Columbo. Okay, then what can we do? How can we use you, man? You can't use me. You can't use me. And I wouldn't use you either. Especially, I would never use you. Well, then how in the hell are you going to get anything in life if you wouldn't let anyone use you and you're not going to try to use them? I'm not trying to use anyone to get anything. I'm trying to get something and not use people. Well, you can't get stuff and not use anyone. We all have to use each other to get anything. Oh, you're assuming another assumption is your belief. And I'm not your Columbo. Yeah, but then what good are you to us, man? We like Columbo. Oh, I like him too, but he's way smarter than me. And he's willing to do a bunch of things I would never do, like come over and smile at you and act like he even likes to talk to you. Because man, he's pretty good at making it appear like he does like it. And I don't think he does. And I wouldn't talk to you if you paid me $1 million. So it ain't worth even if you gave me that $1 million, I'd say, man, I would rather not talk to that guy. And I don't even care to have $1 million. But if I go talk to that guy, I'm going to feel so tainted and poisoned and idiotic for even being willing to do it. When you give me $1 million, damn it. I will say, damn it, well, it wasn't really worth it, but I guess I'm a millionaire now. I won't do it again. And I'm a millionaire now, so I won't do it once. You see? Okay, so you think it's so what are you trying to do? You're trying to be like, you're trying to be like, you don't want to have skill and you don't want to like force people and expose people and make them have to admit what they did wrong. No, I'm not trying to like expose anyone or force them into admitting what they did wrong. They know what they did wrong. They're doing it. Why don't they already know? Well, they already know, but they're saying that they're not doing anything wrong. Oh, wait a minute. But they do know, right? Well, yeah, they do know. Okay, well, how could I force them to see their error and their evil ways if they already know what they're doing and they don't give a shit? What is my going over there to point it out going to tell them? Except that they can't admit to me. Well, I already knew that, man. What are you going to come over here and tell me what I already know? Yeah, like you're a criminal, freaking violation of human existence and that you're taking up oxygen on my street. That you're breathing, and I'm saying that's in violation of section 1221 and 12. Oh yeah, what? That on my block you can't take up oxygen by breathing? It's not lawful because it's my oxygen, and if it's your oxygen, well, you're taking up way too much. And at least get off my block if you're going to breathe, because if you're on my block, you can't breathe here. It's unlawful. Okay, you're going to even say that is that what you really would be like? Now, if I'm being honest, that's what I'd be like, yeah. I'd come over and say, you cannot breathe on this block. If you continue to have breath and breathe and respiratory system is in 5 minutes, if you're still breathing on this block, I will either arrest your respiratory system so it may not breathe, and then you can stay on my block as long as you want. But I'll kill you first. And when you're dead there and you're not breathing my oxygen, you can stay on my block. In fact, I'll bury you on my block and you could even be forever staying here as long as you don't breathe my oxygen. You don't deserve to have oxygen on my block. It's my oxygen, it's my block, and it could be your block if you deserved it, but you don't deserve it. Okay, so that's how you prefer to deal with people? Well, no, I wouldn't really do that to somebody, but I'm saying if you ever saw me getting mad at somebody and really showing my grit, it might be something like that. It might be something like I'd accuse someone that they're breathing in my space and that I think it's unlawful. In fact, I declare it's unlawful that you cannot breathe. By law, you must stop breathing now by your own choice. Either you hold your breath now, or if for 30 seconds you're still breathing, I'm going to shut your breathing space down for life. I'm going to cut your lungs out. Okay, great, man. You're a psychotic freak. You're coming over here telling us it's your oxygen. Well, I'm just saying that, like, if I'm going to tell you, if I'm going to emulate any truth about how I feel about some people in this world, or how I want to come expose you, it would be something like that. Like, you are not lawful to breathe oxygen on my planet. What are you doing here, man? And why are you alive still? Or at least, if you want to live, at least agree to stop breathing my oxygen. Well, how am I going to survive then? That's stupid. You mean you're telling me I could live as long as I die? You're telling me I could live, but I have to stop breathing oxygen as a result of the condition? Yeah, I'm saying if you want to live, I'll kill you. But if you want to live, you better stop breathing oxygen right now and agree that you'll never breathe my oxygen or this earth. Well, but I can't do it. I'll die, man. You're trying to tell me I have to agree to do something I can't even do. Well, now I'm feeling pretty good because I already know you can't literally survive if you stop breathing my oxygen. And I already know it's not my oxygen. I'm claiming it is to both piss you off and also, yeah, claim that it's mine, not yours. And you don't deserve to have it. Okay, great. So what are you trying to do? Be a mean, bad person that's gonna come over here and you're trying to kill me and find a reason to do it? Yeah, something like that. I'm saying, like, well, I want to kill you for sure, but I need a reason to do it. So, like, what could I tell you? Like it's my oxygen, not yours. Yeah, but it's our oxygen. Ah, shit. All right, fine. How about your lungs are my lungs, or should be, or at least you shouldn't own your lungs. They're mine now. And I'm telling you, you can't use my lungs over there or my lungs over here. I know, but that's not fair. They're my lungs over here and they're your lungs over there. No. These are my lungs, plus the lungs that you got, they're mine too. They're not yours. And you can't use them anymore. Oh, really? And you're going to come over here and tell me that? Or something like that? Yeah. I'm going to say, take your shoes off right now. They're my shoes, not your shoes. If you want to walk down this block, you can take your shoes off right now and give your shoes to me. Oh, really? You're not even good. You're twisted. No, I'm saying that my kind of humor, it has to be genuine. So you're going to enjoy coming over, doing something sick to me like that? Yeah, because I wouldn't come over and pretend to be your friend when I was actually not wanting to come over and talk to you at all really badly. If I came over and smiled at you and actually acted out some idea that I'm really your friend, I would probably want to convince you that I wanted you to believe it. But I couldn't bring myself to act it out that great, because I'd say that I wouldn't be his friend if he freaking, I want to kill, I don't even like him. Yeah, so I would say, like, what would I try to be a Columbo for? And come over here and why would you like Columbo and think he's your hero, or even tell me I should be like him and be a hero? I thought Columbo was a dumbass who was a lot smarter than me, and I wouldn't even want to be Columbo. And I don't think if he's a lot smarter than me, I think he's still a dumbass because he can't possibly be enjoying or even like himself for what he's done. He pretends to be in an entertaining conversation with someone as he has them expose himself and admit all they're wrong. So he's just tricking people he's a trickster. Oh, so you don't want to be a trickster? Well, no, I don't. And I don't want to try to enjoy tricking you or tricking myself or being tricked by the trickster. So I don't think it's funny to get tricked or trick others. So you can't even take a joke? What if it's funny if I tricked your ass? Well, I don't know. What happened if I came to you and said, I'm a trickster and don't you think it's funny? I tricked your ass. And you'd say, well, how did I do it? I'd say, well, you're dead. How do you like that? Well, I'm not dead yet. No, you're going to be dead in a minute. Isn't that funny? No, it's not funny. You can't. I'm going to kill your ass in a minute. I'm your trickster. I'm telling you, you wait. Okay, great. So you're actually thinking you're going to hurt me? I'm going to hurt you bad. I think it's funny. How do you feel about it? Well, understand, I can't do that to people. I won't do it. I'm not going to present myself to be a lie and then even convince you that you should believe it too, because I'll feel like a liar if I come over and lie to you and act like I like you, and I won't like me for doing it. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to tell everyone that if you're going to be tricked by the trickster, well, don't blame me for the fact that I ain't going to be tricked by the trickster. And the trickster's not going to come over and trick me. He would never do it because I would never do it. Oh, are you trying to say that you're never going to be a victim of the trickster? Well, I guarantee you the trickster would refuse to trick me. He'd say that man would never be in violation of anything that I'm the trickster and will do to you, like destroy you, kill you, maim you, lie to you, or for fun, just utterly end your life and laugh in your face. Oh, yeah, you mean, yeah, you're the trickster, huh? Yeah, and that man never tried to trick anybody. I would never do it. Oh, you mean you won't go tricks? You're a trickster, right? Yeah, I am the trickster. You won't go trick that man and kill him or fool him into something or help us? No, I won't help you. And yeah, I am the trickster. And that man would never be me and do what I do. And he's not even worthy of being as bad as I could be, because I'm way worse. He would never even dare consider being bad like me and as bad to the degree I am. Oh, so you're actually admitting you're bad? I told you I'm the trickster. I am the worst entity that ever existed because I'll actually trick your ass or lie to you, or yeah, I'll fool you or lie to you or manipulate into being dead. And I'll convince you to do it for me and be my friend. Do me a favor. Could you die for a minute right now and just quit breathing and fall over? Oh, no, only a trickster would convince me of that. You mean what? If I said I'd do it, well, then I'd cut your respiratory system off and then you just have a heart attack and die. Is it okay? Well, what if I said it is? Well, then I'd kill your ass right now because you gave me permission. I'm the trickster. Okay, wait a minute. You mean you could kill my ass just if I said it's okay? Yeah. I could come over and say like, hey man, is it all right? Well, what if I said it's not? Well, damn it. I guess I didn't trick you one bit. You didn't give me permission to kill your ass. Boy, you mean you need permission to kill me? What if I said it did? What if I said I'm the trickster and I came over to you and said, hey man, can I kill you? And you said, yeah. What if I said, yeah? Well, then maybe, yeah. Can I kill you? Why are you asking me that? Because maybe if you say yes, I won't do it. Well, no, you're asking me that question. No, you know how to answer that. No, I want you to say, yes, I can. Just give me permission, man. Give me permission to stop your heart right now. But you couldn't stop my heart just because I gave you permission. Well, okay, maybe I couldn't, but can you give me permission? I'll try it and we'll see. Well, no, I wouldn't give you permission because what if you could do it? Well, if I could do it, I don't need permission. Okay, great. So why are you asking me for permission to stop my heart? Because I want you to agree to let me do it and try it and see if, and I want you to give me permission to do it. And then when I do it, I'll say, you're the one that did it. I didn't kill you. You killed yourself and used me to do it. And I'll laugh in your face. Ha ha, that man just killed himself and used my ass to do it. But he used me utterly because I didn't do anything. And I didn't kill him and I didn't hurt him. I didn't do nothing. He killed himself and used me to do it. Oh, great. So you are the trickster. Well, no wonder I'm that bad. I would actually do something that bad. You mean you'd actually see something from an angle that's retardedly insane. Yeah, like as if I can come over and find a way to get you dead under the conditions that I could agree that you gave me permission to kill your ass. That in fact, I could even not tell you that I actually need your permission to do it or I can't do it. In fact, that you'd ever know that if you don't give me permission, there's no way you'll ever be dead because you wouldn't be dumb enough to give me permission to kill you and then I can do it. So you'd actually not even know that I might need the permission or that you might not know that even if you gave it to me, if I don't have it, I can't touch you. You wouldn't know that either because you'd assume that I don't need permission to come over here and try to hurt you. So you wouldn't even think it was a big deal whether you gave it to me or not and it wouldn't affect the change. I'd say, I don't need your permission. What if I want to hurt you and I don't ask? You'd say, well, that's what I assumed. You certainly don't need permission to try to hurt me, right? Right. Well, can I have permission to hurt you? Well, you don't even need it. You could just punch me in the head right now. Oh, I could, but I'm asking you for permission. Can I punch you in the head right now? No, because I'm saying, no, I'm not giving you permission. I think you could do it if you want to, and you don't need my permission. But what if I'm asking you, please, can I punch you in the head? I won't do it unless you give me permission. Well, then no, I won't give you permission because I don't want you to punch me in the head. Well, damn it. How can I kill your ass then if you won't give me permission to do it? And I'm going to punch you in the head and you'll be dead. Okay, great. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm not giving you permission to hurt me. Well, then what the hell am I going to do, man? How can I be a trickster? And you end up dead in a minute because you're dum-dum. Well, I'm not giving you permission to kill me. You can't hurt me. Well, damn it. Then what kind of trickster am I? Well, you're obviously a stupid one. I don't even think you need my permission to hurt me. But you want to get it first? And you're not going to hurt me unless I give it to you? Well, the truth is, you didn't even know that I need your permission to do it. And otherwise, I can't hurt you. I'm not going to admit that much. So, did I already admit that much? Well, I'm not sure I even know what you're talking about. But I don't even know what you're talking about. Well, I know. I'm not going to admit anything either. If I needed your permission and I couldn't kill you otherwise, well, then I couldn't come over here and admit that much. Because then you'd say, I'll never give you my permission. And now you can't ever touch me forever. I'd say, damn it, you just discovered that I actually need it. Right. And if you give me permission, oh, but you're going to think that's silly. All I have to do is make a joke with you, man. Ha! Just like, yeah, give me permission, then I could. And you think it's funny. Well, okay, fine. Ha! Because you think I don't need it. And I could do it anyways. And I'm saying, no, but you really are an idiot. Because I'm a trickster. I'll trick your ass and I'll trick you into giving me permission to do a lot of things you'll never have done to you unless you do give me permission to do it. And then I come over here and get whatever I want, manipulating you to any degree. And I could even harm you and say that you did it to yourself and it wasn't me. And lawfully. Because I'll say that if you're going to bring the trickster on, and you think you're him, well, understand that I'm the only trickster there is. The only him that is trickster. From the degree which trickster exists, there's only one. Okay, like what? Only one devil? Yeah, only one devil. The rest of them are demons. Okay, right. So there's only one trickster then, huh? Yeah, there ain't no bunch of tricksters, a bunch of devils saying that we're all devils and rule hell. That ain't happening. Okay, right. So what's so important about the fact that I even care about what you just said? So if you're the devil or a trickster or the trickster, well, you're trying to tell me, are you insinuating that you're trying to tell me that? I'm saying if I was an angel and I wasn't a trickster, then what the hell would I be telling you that for? Because then we're not even talking about anything. If I'm an angel, I'm not even going to try to hurt you. And I don't need permission or ask. And so if I'm an angel, what the hell are we even talking about? I know. So if you're an angel, what could we be talking about? Well, I wouldn't be saying I'm a trickster or I need your permission to kill you, so I'm trying to get it or fool you into it. I'd say I'm an angel. How are you? And what would you say? I'd say, well, damn, you're an angel? Are you sure you're not lying to me? I'd say, oh, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm an angel, full-fledged angel of God. No trickster, no devil, no demon. How are you? I'd say, are you telling me the truth? I am, I swear. I'm not here to fool you, trick you, try to get permission to hurt you, or even say that if I can get permission to hurt you and I do hurt you, that it was really just you hurt yourself. Because I could definitely be you and take you, and I am you. But you didn't know that you're actually me too. You think you're an individual that's just not everybody else. I already know, because I'm the trickster, that I am everybody else, and they're certainly me too. Oh, you're trying to tell me that I'm not an individual? No, I'm trying to say that if you are an individual, well, then when you're not an individual a minute later, then it's because you're not. And if you're everybody else, well, you're not an individual. I know, but you're trying to tell me I could be everybody else? No, I can't. I can only be me. Okay, that's how dumb you are. Oh, don't tell me I'm everybody else. I'm saying that if you can be yourself, you can be. Let me see it. I could be myself right now. Oh, yeah? Let me see it. I am being myself. Oh, no, you don't have no ability to be you. You're just me saying you're not me. Oh, well, I don't like that idea. What if I am myself? Let me prove it right now. Be you. Okay, I can do it. I'm me. I'm not you. No, I didn't say prove it right now and don't be me. Be only you and not me. I said be yourself. That's all I said. Be yourself. Prove it right now. Okay, I'm trying to prove it right now. I can be myself right now. I'm going to prove it. Okay, prove it right now. Be you. Let me prove to me that you are yourself. Okay, man, I told you I'm myself and I ain't you. No. Stop right there. I didn't tell you not to be me. I said you were me already, okay? I didn't tell you to stop being me. I didn't even tell you anything about me or the fact that you are me, but I did tell you, yeah, you are me, but forget about that part. I said, can you prove to me that you're you or could even be you? And I didn't say anything about me or the fact that you are me. Well, that's just, yeah, I did say something about that. I'm saying forget about that part. Yes, you are me and I'm you, but so what? But now ask yourself the question, are you you? Well, I'm trying to tell you I am me. Okay, prove it to me that you're you. I'm trying to tell you I am me and I'm not you right now, man. And I'm trying to tell you again. You just said you can be you and not me. And that's how you're trying to prove it. I didn't say don't be me. I said be you for 1 second and prove it. How do I be me and prove it for 1 second? Well, that's how dumb you are. You're going to come over here and say, like, wait a minute. How do I prove that I'm myself and not you? Well, wait a minute. You're going to try to prove to me that you're not me? That's how you prove to me that you can be yourself? Are you dumb? Are you a dum-dum? Well, what are you trying to tell me? That's not the way I should do it? I'm trying to tell you if that's the way you do it, you're a dum-dum. How am I dum-dum? You're saying I can't be me. I'm trying to do it. I'm saying I am me. I'm not you. I didn't ask you to not be me. I said prove that you could even be you for a second. I could clearly see you are me. You're not yourself. You're trying to tell me I'm not myself? I can clearly see that you don't even know how to be you. You've never even been yourself. You're about as yourself as what a child thinks that they can be when they're playing Superman with socks and a towel wrapped around their neck. Oh, you're trying to tell me I'm fantasizing up and like a child? I'm trying to say you're about as mature as a grown adult as a little kid that plays Superman by pulling his socks halfway off and then going around acting like he's swimming in the living room and it's a big lake instead. And I'm saying I'm pointing it out to you, man. that you're only me right now, and I don't think you've ever been able to be an individual in your whole entire life, and you probably struggled with that, haven't you? Well, what if I said, yeah, that's about right. What the hell? Yeah, man. I've struggled with something like that my whole life. Like what? Like you don't even know how to be an individual. You're clearly incapable of being just you unless you can declare that you're not me to do it. Okay, and isn't that the way it's done? No, because if you could actually be you, you wouldn't stop being me, or you wouldn't even declare you're not me, and that's how you became you. If you're going to prove to me that you are you, you wouldn't actually not be me anymore or stop being me suddenly, and that's how you did it, unless you are a dum-dum. Because I'm not asking you to stop being me and prove it by proving you could be you, because I could already see you're not you and you're just me, and that's what you couldn't see. You're trying to tell me that I'm just you, but I'm not myself, and I've never been. That's exactly true. Yeah, that you've never been even capable of being you. You don't even know what you could be like if you were a you. You don't even know what you is.